Hey guys, Ben Ling, Altitude Capitalist here. Yesterday I created a video looking at a couple terrible exemplars of the one-of-one Chase autographs in the $25,000 Bowman Transcendent boxes that people are opening up this year. Made me want to dig a little deeper on what's available in these boxes, and I was very disturbed with what I saw this evening. Basically, I have not seen a single scenario where with any combination of opportunities in these boxes would give you $25,000 worth of value. I think these boxes are the biggest ripoff that I've seen in the hobby to date, and people need to stay far away from them. I pulled a few examples of what I think are really bad deals, and I wanted to share some of those with you this evening. And here's the first one. So this is from Latent Breaks. The guys who pulled this were really excited to have a Ted Williams autograph as their one-of-one hit piece. They should have been horrified that they got essentially a $250 autograph as their crown jewel of this box. What are we looking at here? We're looking at simply a Ted Williams signed 8x10 photo that someone at Topps cut the signature out and slapped it into this one-of-one frame. A PSA authenticated 8x10 Ted Williams photograph sells for around $250 any day of the week. This was the big hit in a $25,000 box. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, here's another one that I saw today. Warren Harding. This presidential autograph is worth well less than $1,000. If they wanted to include a Warren Harding autograph in one of these, fine, okay. But they could have done a lot better if they took just a little bit of care. They could have found a Warren Harding autograph that actually said Warren Harding. There's a lot of them out there. This says W.G. Harding. They could have found a Warren Harding autograph that was signed while he was president. He wasn't president very long. That would have been a nice thing to have. They didn't. At least I don't think this was signed as president. This is some sort of receipt. Does not look like the type of document that a president of the United States would sign. Again, not something you'd expect to be the crown jewel of one of these boxes. Lincoln. Okay, this is actually a pretty nice one. I'm glad they put a Lincoln in here. But again, this is the top of the food chain for an autograph that comes in these boxes. And this autograph is worth less than $10,000. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at a full signature Abraham Lincoln, which is nice, as opposed to an A. Lincoln signature. This is an appointment document. There's a lot of these out there. They can be had for $10,000 or less. $8,500 to $10,000 is really kind of the going price for these. And what this was a document that Lincoln used to appoint a high-level bureaucrat to a position in the federal government. There are similar ones that are military commissions. Lincoln frequently wrote Abraham Lincoln on important documents, things like this. Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, Abraham Lincoln. I'm actually glad this is not an emancipation-related document because those are pretty dangerous documents. They're the most valuable Lincoln affiliated autographs that you'll find. And there were a lot of fake Lincoln autographs produced on replicas of the Emancipation Proclamation, something you got to be really careful of. Topps did not do a very good job at putting this valuable autograph in their little picture frame there. As you can see, it doesn't even cover up the full opening of the frame. This document is it's more than 12 inches wide in every direction. This is a big document. They could have easily had this thing fit within the frame that they created for this card. Just thoughtless, sloppy, and not the type of respect that you'd want to put into one of the most elite autographs in the most elite product that you produce throughout the year. But again, even if you hit this Lincoln, you're not going to recapture the $25,000 that you spent on this box. The person is trying to sell this thing for 25 grand. This is on eBay right now, and he'll never get $25,000 for it. It simply is not worth $25,000 bucks. Next one. Robert Fulton. I got to be honest, I had no idea who Robert Fulton is. Why this guy is one of the one-of-one chase autographs in this series blows my mind. Maybe you guys know who he is. I had to look him up. Like, he invented the submarine or something like that. This is for sale on eBay right now on auction. I'm really going to be interested to see what this sells for next week. This is, I can't imagine this going for more than a couple $100. I mean, who knows who this guy is? Okay. It doesn't get any worse than this. Imagine spending $25,000 on one of these boxes, looking down into it and seeing a $30 autograph staring back at you as your one-of-one hit. Because that's what this is. A raw Stan Musial press steel postcard is $25 or $30. If you want it authenticated by PSA, you'll be paying $50 to $75. The delta is simply, the cost of the authentication plus the round trip postage to PSA to get it back to you. Who at Topps thought it would be a good idea to include this as a hit piece in a $25,000 box bought by allegedly probably some of your best customers? It has terrible judgment. I'll leave it at that. What a disappointment for somebody. Some guy's trying to sell this for $2,200. It's unfortunate. He'll never get it. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, here's another low-grade President, Millard Fillmore. This is worth less than $1,000, far less than $1,000. Again, if PSA wanted to do something nice, or if Topps wanted to do something nice, they could have included a Millard Fillmore autograph from when he was president. I doubt this was signed when he was president. It references things from New York State. He was from New York before he was president. Also, there is a crease. There's a crease that goes right through the middle of this autograph. Not the quality of autograph that you would expect as the crown jewel of a $25,000 box. Very disappointing for whoever opened this. This is a disgrace. This is an Alexander Graham Bell autograph that's destroyed. This is looks like there's severe water damage to this autograph, and I'd have to question who went out and procured this autograph to be used in probably the most expensive product that Topps produces in the entire year. And I'd like to understand how whoever's doing the quality control for this product allowed this to go through. What a disgrace this is. I can't, I've got nothing else to say about it. This just blows the mind that they would allow something like this through. Here's the Roberto Clemente autograph that sold for $5,000. The seller's very fortunate. This is not worth anywhere near $5,000. It looks like it was cut out of a scrapbook, maybe an autograph scrapbook. And bizarrely, it includes an upside down picture of Roberto Clemente affixed to the cut autograph. Very strange. This Honus Wagner, the auction ended for this tonight. You would be hard pressed to find a lower quality exemplar of the Honus Wagner autograph than what's before you right now. First of all, the autograph is smudged. The E and the R are completely smudged. It's awkwardly cut out. It's from an index card. It's from the lined side of an index card. And it's taped to a press steel postcard that's cut in half. Half of Wagner's face is cut off. They didn't even take the time or effort to align the bottom of this postcard with the little window that they cut out to create the card. If you look under Honus Wagner, you can see some white space between the artwork on the postcard and the frame that Topps created to make this card. If you look to the right on the P for Pittsburgh, you don't see any of that white because they put this postcard in here crooked, just sloppy and careless and really thoughtless. It's a disgrace to have, of all the Honus Wagner autographs you could get, to put this out there is awful. Here's a Reagan autograph. Again, you'd be hard pressed to find a cheaper Ronald Reagan autograph. This is a personalized signed photo. When they crop this, they couldn't crop out the personalization properly. So the owner of this still sees part of the personalization at the top. Then on top of that, they couldn't crop out with best wishes properly. So you can actually see with very best wishes. Half of wishes is cut off. Also, wishes is smudged. And the first A in Reagan is slightly smudged as well. Can't believe they would do that. Again, these guys were just looking for the cheapest, quickest autographs they could find to slap together in these things. What an embarrassment. Sorry to say, I had no idea who this guy was. Chadwick Boseman. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correct. I did some research. Chadwick played Jackie Robinson in a movie, and sadly, Chadwick passed away a couple of years ago. Still, I don't think this merits like a one-of-one chase card in a $25,000 box. Stuff's not looking good. And one thing I also noticed is people were opening these. They would almost always get a Bobby Witt one-of-one card. I don't understand how all these one-of-one Bobby Witt cards exist. In fact, I didn't even know who Bobby Witt was until a couple months ago. I knew who his father was. His father was a decent pitcher when I was a kid. But I guess Bobby Witt is the next Greg Jeffries or Mark Grace or Chris Sabo. That's what I perceive. These one-of-one cards sell for anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000 for a guy who batted .250 last year. So this Transcendent nonsense is the worst deal in the sports card industry. It's shameful. Some of these one-of-one chase autographs that Bowman included in these $25,000 boxes. I hope they don't do this again. People need to stay far away from this product.